Okay guys, it's now early December and we unhooked all the tillage equipment because I wasn't expecting this, but we actually have 55-degree weather coming this weekend, and so we're gonna hook back up to the tile plow on the 8320R and give it a shot.
We do have to get all the cables reconnected and everything, but it shouldn't be too big a deal. All right, now we're out in the field. Grant and I are doing all the prep work before we pull this 8-inch in tomorrow. But we know there's an 8-inch clay, 8-inch main running through here. What we're gonna do is we're essentially replacing that main because it is draining other people's land up over that tree line. And if we don't connect into it here, and if we were to cut it, damage it, whatever, then all that water is gonna come rushing here and flood this. We're gonna pull a new one and then connect up by the tree line up there.
Oh! 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 Yeah, I bent down, sat on it. Dude, look at it, feel it. That's what I told you. Fucking clear this.
All right, what we're doing now is running the copper wire underground. That's all it is. And then we can use the locator to precisely throw a flag on it.
About 4.5 feet deep. We might.
The thing that we strung, that orange string, that has copper wire in it, it's in the tile going all the way up here. And so when I was coming with the locator, I could find it, flag it, and then we just wanted to see how the frost layer was.
I take my shovel, hard, 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 soft, ripples.
Say that's a
10 inches frost.
We got this weekend, highs of 50, then cools off again during the middle of the week. And then next weekend, up into the 45s again. I don't know, we'll see how it pulls, no idea. First time pulling in frost. And here we are running the laser, double checking our grade as we're gonna make a bit of a tweak to our tile plan. And here's what our tile plan looks like. The yellow lines are 4-inch laterals, red is 6-inch mains, and green are 8-inch tile mains. Now last video, our first main we pulled was the 6-inch, and then we ran those 4-inch laterals off it, and we got this all done. And so our first 8-inch main, the outlet's right here, and then it'll snake uphill up the waterway, and then we'll connect to an old 8-inch clay that's still running right here. Now that clay goes underneath the railroad tracks and drains fields that are uphill of us. We're gonna make our second 8-inch main actually dump right next to this one, but it's gonna head south, take a right turn, go down here, and all the water is gonna flow to the north. So the next morning we got the start hole for the first main dug in and lasered. Frost is much thicker in the soybean stubble, and I need the big excavator to help break it up. All right, now we're tracking up, walking this waterway, and we're gonna go all the way to where this old main goes under the railroad tracks. So here's the railroad track. There's a tile that drains all this. Tile comes underneath, the 8-inch clay goes through here. So we're gonna tie into it somewhere right here. Yeah, it's an 8 for sure. But Now here is where we made a beginner's mistake. We don't know it yet, but this is the wrong tile we're looking at, and the correct one is another foot deeper and a few feet to the left. The fact this one here was dry and had some dirt in the bottom, and when we ran our tile finder, we couldn't go in that far. Those signs should have been obvious to us to keep looking for one that actually was flowing water and was clear. In the end, it's not a huge deal, but it will add some extra work for us later, as this is what we're basing the end of our run off of. But we'll have to wait and fix it for later. We shouldn't need it, but we're gonna have it connected, the pole tractor. All we're doing is pre-ripping the 4-inch boots on here. All this is doing is making a nice channel. So the 4-inch is gonna go at depth where the 8-inch will go. So this is what was buried here, and I tried to get it out of the way.
Tell me a bottle. I wanna break. Can I break the bottle with the ship?
No.
There's another one!
Rock Jason. Hey Tim! Say hi to Karen for me at Christmas!
This ended up pulling a lot harder than we thought. First time ever really dealing with frost, second time even pulling a tile plow. So we're just learning here and kind of go until we can't is the idea. And we got a solid 6-7 inches of frost here that we are going to wait on. 60 degrees right now, that's the high. You know, it's gonna drop down into the 30s tomorrow, again 55, Monday in the 40s. So we're gonna give it a shot, come back here Monday. It's now the next day, and it's in the afternoon. We got like a high of 55, so really nice weather. We still have the 4-inch hooked up. We're gonna pre-rip it and then swap to the 8, and at least just get this main in before we're done for the winter.
We're pre-ripping. We're going the same line that we did before, and as you can see, there's some giant chunks here that we're gonna have to level back out when we come with the 8. As soon as we get to this grass, it's not gonna be as big of chunks here. There's only 3 inches of frost in the grass, but then once you get to the bean stubble, there's about 8 to 11 inches of frost. That's what we're doing. We're just pre-ripping to depth right now.
just pre-ripped with the 4. They're heading down there now to swap that thing out, and I'm gonna come back with the excavator and pretty much get all these frozen chunks back in and pack it down so we have plenty of traction pulling that 8-inch. So that grass, not as nearly a big of chunks, but there's still 6-7 inches of frost right there. And this is what I mean. All I'm doing is closing that trench back so there's no extra dirt where the tires are gonna go and throw off our grade and our depth. And then also we'll get a little more traction out of this. So works really good. I have the bucket at an angle, and then I'll come back down on the other side too. We're in no rush here. That looks a lot better now. We're packing her in. I'm gonna be jumping over this line a bunch with the pole tractor. So it's good we're doing this. So now we're swapping 8-inch channel, plate, everything for 8-inch. So this 8-inch run we're doing for the main is just long enough where it takes a second roll.
That was the clay right there. I think we hit the clay main right there. Because I felt a big yank back there. All of you stop. Go ahead and stop. We gotta cut that. Okay, Spence, we'll go first gear, 1300 RPM here. Okay, we are good. 35, I gotta go to 45. You can start curving left, curl left, curl left. I go to 45, and then I should be able to pull up. Okay, you can back off, Spence. Just back off all the way. Good, go ahead and stop. Good.
And that blade isn't the best tool for the job. A better thing would just be, 2 blades on each side, making a V, do 1 pass. We're gonna have to do 2 passes here. Here's kind of the job it does once you're done. Try and pile up the dirt right where it's gonna settle. All right, we did a good job here making sure we had grade, everything's level, and we maintained our depth. Right now we're checking if this is gonna be low enough that my trench is deep enough to pull this really flat run. And he needs to be at 42 inches deep here when he drops his boot in, and we should be right on the money. So now we got everything dialed in, and we're gonna pre-rip at 10 inches higher than what the main will be installed at. So you got 2 inches of fresh dirt on the 8-inch main, and then middle of this week it'll get to single digits. So hopefully that frost doesn't set in too bad, and we have one more weekend to do these laterals onto these mains and be done with the field.
Okay guys, I think we're officially gonna throw in the towel on tiling. It's the day after Christmas right now, and it's gonna be like 48, 49 degrees, sunny. But right before that, tomorrow, we're supposed to get a ½ inch of rain. And so it's gonna make a mess out of tiling, and then it's gonna get cold after that. So we kind of left all the equipment out here, ready to go. I had the trailer, everything, but it's just gonna be, we gotta throw on the towel until springtime here. So we're going to play the game of moving all this equipment back into the shed, getting it all put away for the winter. What do you think, Spence? Were you happy with the tiling we got done on your farm or no?
Yeah, we'll finish it in the spring. We did 6-inch main, pulled the laterals, done with that main, pulled another 8 and a second 8, and then we'll just do the 4-inch laterals on that in the spring. Pulling those 4-inch laterals, you got 4 or 5 guys out here, everything's set up, ready to go. Like 2 full days, we can knock it out.
It's like we got all the hard stuff done. We are set up so perfect to pull the laterals, the easy stuff, and then boom, Mother Nature doesn't allow it. But it is what it is. We'll just, we'll do it in the spring. So we're bringing the side-by-side back on the trailer, and I can't tell you exactly how this is going to go, but I know having a side-by-side and 3 vehicles at one spot is going to help us a lot if I can get out of here. It's funny, my electronic 4-wheel drive's not working, but manually locking the hubs can at least get me out of situations where I'm going slow and I need to get out of somewhere, so it kind of works nice. If you beat me,
You buy lunch for me?
I buy 2 lunches for you.
2 lunches, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 5-second head start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got Spence taking the 8110 back. Me and Ty, we're gonna take back the 8320R with the tile plow here and lift it up all the way, and then I'm gonna run the cylinder like that. Should be good. It's a bit muddy out, and we got pretty low PSI in these tires, and I don't know, like, it's a little sketchy because we have like 12, 14 PSI in tires. I don't know how low you can get them, you know, going down the road, but I think we should be fine going down the road. Okay guys, it's like a week after. I'm actually down here by the creek, and this back here behind me is the 8-inch that we laid that goes up the, I'm so off here, goes up the waterway. That we didn't even get any laterals connected to, but I know for sure we broke a old clay, most likely a lateral or maybe the clay main. we busted through that when we laid that. So that's probably why that's running so good right there. But we got about like 6/10 inches of rain here on this farm, and I think most of the frost is out of the ground. So tile's running pretty good. The other 8-inch main we laid is back there. That's not running at all. That was a like 400-foot run that runs right up the side here. We don't have any laterals connected to that. That's not running at all yet. So makes sense. And then our 6-inch main that we laid that does have laterals connected, it's over here on the other side. It's not running at all, which I'm actually kind of surprised. But it looked like when I zoomed in on it, it looked like water had come out at some point, or maybe the river was really high, or the creek was really high, and it went in it. But it looked like it was pretty wet inside and it came out. So that'll be interesting to see that one run, because that's the one we actually have a good amount of laterals connected to. Anyways, it's just super exciting to see all this tile finally running. I mean, once you see water coming out, you know for the next 60 years of your life, you're gonna be getting an ROI by seeing that drain right there. And you don't have to add any more inputs at all to it. It's kind of rewarding to finally see that. So that's the other 8-inch main, the last one we laid. Makes a hard curve right there, and then curves up there. That's going to be where we tie actually a majority of our laterals to once we get to it in the springtime, and then it kind of ends just right at that hilltop there on that. So we've still got to run laterals off of this main all the way up here, a bunch of laterals coming off this main through the valley there, and then a couple laterals that are going to go alongside that waterway, and then all the other laterals are going to run straight that way up over this hill, and it gets to a flat spot, and they're going to come off this 8-inch main here. So we got everything set up perfect. We just need to get the laterals laid. We just need 2 days to get laterals laid. Like, we can get a lot done in 2 days. It's just Mother Nature. She's not wanting us to do it right now, but that's okay. We'll get it in the spring, maybe, if she allows us. What's kind of nice is, Spencer's got this alfalfa field here, and he's like, man, it'd be kind of nice to just hit this, Grant. Can we knock this out and stuff? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dang, this is actually going to work pretty good, because we could come in here in the summertime when we have nothing going on besides like making hay, spraying, stuff like that, and it's super dry out, and we can just pattern tile this alfalfa field. Obviously, every 40 foot, you're going to kind of have a mess. You're going to have to work down the mounds and stuff like that, but this is actually going to be super nice. We'll probably end up doing this field this summer, most likely, because that'll work super good. And it's super nice that we got a creek right here to dump into. Not all farms have creeks like right alongside of it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tiling video. Videos are already slow from me. I apologize about that, but they'll probably be even slower this winter as there's not as much going on. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.